All right, guys, welcome back to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Ewell, and today we got a very special guest, Dr. Jami West, who is chiropractor slash owner of Integrative Functional Medicine in Gainesville, Texas. She's going to be on the show today, sharing a little bit about what she does and her story. Jami, I want to welcome you on the show.
You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewell. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
Well, hey, it's great to have you on the show today. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about, who you are and then what got you started in chiropractic and functional medicine?
So I am mom of four. We have a Highland cattle ranch in North Texas on about 54 acres. And I started, as a chiropractor in 2011 and had always studied functional medicine in chiropractic school. My oldest daughter, she's 11 now, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was almost 3. So going through that nightmare made me realize what patients were going through with that, and that I needed to open my mouth more in my practice to help them with things like that after being on the other side of it. So I started focusing on autoimmune disease and more on functional medicine, and kind of stepped out of the chiropractic side at that point.
Okay, awesome. So obviously, a big part of your story is your daughter and being able to help her, and that's really what got you into it. As far as chiropractic and just the overall, functional medicine stuff, did you kind of have your own transformation you went through that kind of got you into that?
Yeah, on the chiropractic side, I did. I was raised traditional medical. I was enrolled or had applied to med school, and woke up one morning, worked in pharmacy, woke up one morning and my jaw was locked, and my mom said, "Call your husband's chiropractor." And I'm like, nope, they're quacks. I'm not doing that. And at the end of the day, I still didn't have an answer. It was, being an undergrad, spend $500 at a specialist that I didn't have for the first visit, or go see my stepdad's chiropractor. So I did that. And after seeing him for a few months, I was on multiple medications, asthma, thyroid, stomach, I don't remember, because my heart rate would go super high all of a sudden. And within about 3 months, I started seeing hey, I can tell a difference if I forget this, or I can't tell a difference. So I got taken off all my medication and withdrew my application for med school and went to chiro school.
Wow, that's awesome. So you've obviously had your own experience with chiropractic that got you into it. Tell me what really shifted for you outside of your daughter that really made you want to help other people with the functional medicine side.
So before that, I started practice in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I was at Cancer Treatment Centers of America for my internship. And all of these people started coming into my private practice that had Hashimoto's. I had learned about it in school, but I had to learn how to be really good at that really fast, because those were the only people that walked through my door for some reason.
Wow.
So just seeing those changes, and that it doesn't take, a night and day difference to start seeing a difference, but just to help them start seeing why do we have this, instead of, well, it's just your thyroid, let's fix that. So that kind of got me started on that autoimmune. And then just seeing that they weren't getting answers anywhere else, and I had to be that answer for them.
Okay, awesome. So kind of fast forward to, maybe the last few months prior to us working together, what were some of the things kind of going on with you and your business that made you want to kind of look into getting some help, finding more of your ideal clients?
So I had an associate in the office that had to step away, and I knew the clinical knowledge, but had done a ton of things on this is what you do for marketing, all of these things. And it was just throwing darts in the wind. You didn't know what was going to happen. And I I knew what my target audience was, but didn't know how to target them. So that's really helped a lot, being super specific into who I'm talking to and asking for engagement, instead of, I do really good making posts for a couple of days and then I don't post for 6 months. And then I'm like, well, here's an idea, I'm going to post that. Just no system in place. And that's really changed a lot.
Okay, cool. So you kind of like, what really made you, want to work with us? Because I feel like I chased you for a couple, like a year or two, and you're like blowing me off, but finally you're like, all right, dude, I'm gonna give you a shot.
So seeing your face all the time, I was like, I don't know if this is just another marketing thing. Like, and then seeing colleagues that I knew and liked and trusted that had gone through your program and were uber successful with it. That's what made me pull the trigger, is seeing like, this isn't just another marketing thing. He really knows what he's doing and he's got the whole system dialed in.
Okay, cool. And then what has it been like? What was kind of like the first thing initially that maybe you noticed right away? Because a lot of times people do marketing and they're like, how long before I see results? But like, how long did you start noticing things begin to change?
Within the first couple of days of the social media side of it, for sure. Just like seeing like, hey, this works. Like, I did this exactly what you said to do. I did it. It worked. And then really the return on investment was super quick. And it wasn't like, well, we're going to wait a year to get our investment back. It was, we'll wait a couple of weeks and it's back and doubled.
Right. Awesome. And so when you came in, I think one of the first things we talked about was being able to make your program more scalable, but also to kind of have a system around it so that, you kind of felt like it was in one place, right? And it wasn't, something you had to kind of customize every time. It was like you could customize it as people came in. How has that kind of shifted for you, thinking about, how you deliver your functional medicine program versus maybe how you did it before?
So before, everything was one-on-one, which it helps a lot of people, but it's super exhausting on the practitioner side, because it's like, I have to say the same thing 12 times to this person that I said to the last person. And just being able to put that into a program where that's the same, because what I'm going to tell them to do lifestyle wise is the same, and then we tweak what's specific to them. So then they can go into the same program. I just tweak it to make it individualized, and it's not as much one-on-one. I can be home with my kids more. Like yesterday we were at home doing school and I sold a program and I wasn't working yesterday. And that's really nice just to see that come in and they just get plugged in, and then we do the specifics.
Got it. So you've transitioned from a one-on-one model of kind of what you were doing before to a scalable group model. I think one of the things that people talk about is like, well, are my clients going to get, treated the same? Are they going to get the same results? But like, what have you noticed since doing this? Do you feel like your clients are getting more service and better results, or like, how do you feel?
I think they're getting more service and better results, and they have the whole group aspect to lean on for that also. And then there's definitely more celebration. Certain things they can take at their own pace, and it's not an appointment and an appointment and appointment. So it frees up their time too, giving them the same information.
Awesome. And have they given you any feedback on, hey, this is amazing, I love this? Like, what has been like the feedback from other people?
Referrals are easy. Like, I don't really have to ask for them. They're just happening. So that's been
Awesome.
great. And they love the results that they're getting. And if they need me, it's easy. They just like message me through our portal, and it's not a phone call and an appointment and all of the time.
Cool. So, okay. So let's talk about, you come in, we change your program from one-on-one to scalable group, and then you start getting leads. Like, what would you say, maybe your ROI's been in the time you've been working with us in additional revenue?
We've brought in around 30,000 since starting to work with you.
Okay. And this was a channel that you were, not leveraging before for marketing. So this is a new channel. And then like, what is this kind of like, what is this meant for you, knowing that you can, kind of essentially control your marketing this way?
That's been really nice. And like, this channel was the one that I resisted the most. because I'm like, I don't want to sell to people I know. That's weird. And you helped me get through that for sure.
That's awesome. So a lot of people will say things like, hey, I've never marketed this way. Is it going to come off kind of creepy and weird? Like, what's been the feedback for you from your actual clients on, how they feel about it?
It makes it super easy for them, and the ones that already know, like, and trust you, it's just an easy way for them to reach out for help the way that they probably wouldn't before because you weren't asking.
Right. Yeah, that's good. And, what would you say, let's say you're a chiropractor, you're a functional medicine doctor, let's talk about your brick and mortar business. So like, what would you say to a brick and mortar business owner that has similar services to you on why they should do this program?
Well, it's going to save a lot of time in ad spend because you're not doing that. You're talking to the people that you want to come in, not just the entire, public population. And you just get to nail in whether you want to focus on neuropathy or whatever you want to focus on. You're just talking to those people, and those are the ones that you're going to see come through without, ad spend and all the other things you can spend money on marketing.
Okay, awesome. And then, someone who may want to transition from a one-on-one model to something that's more virtual, kind of hybrid, what would you say the benefits are of being able to do it this way versus kind of the old-fashioned way?
It takes all of the guesswork out, and it's more freeing faster for sure, because I've done a lot of other things that are supposed to get you more freedom, and they don't. It just ties you down even more. But this makes it's super easy and super easy to transition. And I feel like patients don't feel like they're being shoved into something because it's still personalized to them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will say this, like what has been maybe an unexpected result for you, like coming into our program, something maybe you didn't think, you were going to get out of it that you did?
I like it. Like I look forward to it. It doesn't feel like work. I enjoy it a lot, and I feel like I'm not afraid of it like I used to be. Like that was the one thing that I did not want to do. I'll go talk to people in a, conference thing all day long, but to reach out to people that I know, I kind of enjoy that now. And before that's what I was resisting.
Okay, awesome. And then what has been maybe the highlight of the community coaching? Like how do you feel like that's really benefited you?
It's really helped a lot because it's personalized to me with you, like one-on-one weekly. What do you need help with this week? And then to the group, just seeing like their wins and how everybody's winning. That part's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, I mean, I don't really have any other questions to go over. Like, what do you see as kind of like your big thing heading into 2024 that you really want to get out of, what you're doing?
I want to completely step away from one-on-one and go to all group. And eventually, my goal is the end of next year to have other coaches that I can put in my position. So I'm not the one doing all of that now.
Okay, awesome. And then from a brand perspective, how do you feel like this has really kind of shifted your mindset on having like your own personal brand, leveraging social media?
It's definitely helped me step in that direction because like that's all that I focus on and talk about besides like kids and things that, people would actually look at instead of shares and memes and things like that. But it's really helped me be like, if you want help with this is what you go to Dr. West for.
Awesome. And, sometimes people will say like, hey, do I have to be all business in my content or in what I'm doing? And like, what would you say to that person?
No, just be a real human. Like share pictures of your kids. You're always going to get more attention off of that. And, be yourself. And that's what it's really helped me do too, is to be myself instead of this, I have to be perfect and look perfect or I'm not going to do it. It's really helped me for that too.
Okay, awesome. Well, hey, I'm super excited just to share a little bit about your story, what you do. Remind everybody again how many kids you have, all the things you guys got going on your ranch, so that if they have an excuse on why they can't do this, they can come back to this.
Absolutely. So I have 4 kids, 11, 9, 5, and 3. I homeschool 3 of them. I work in my practice 3 days a week. We have 54 acres and Highland cattle, and we have our own coffee company.
Yeah. So if you guys have any excuses on why you don't have time, please just put this on repeat, and you can see, what Jamie's truly doing. Jamie, like you're amazing mom, wife, but I think it's really cool what you're able to do helping people. So just want to thank you for being on the show today. Super excited to see you grow coming in 2024.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. So if you want to find out more about habit-based lifestyle and other people we've helped like Jamie, simply just go into the show notes. You can either join our private Facebook group, Habit-Based Lifestyle and Business Secrets, or you can personally reach out to me, Jesse, at habitbasedlifestyle.com. But until next episode, have a great day.